Yeah, whatever you think, Sabrina's not the one.
Hey, you didn't tell your friend what I said, did you?
Hey there, my Tyler Perry Sistas fans. Now, I just showed y'all a clip of Logan confronting Dani with his men, the FBI guys at the airport, and asking if she told her friend Sabrina what he said. And I'm sitting there going, honestly, Dani's dumb behind never told Sabrina what he said, which was to be careful or what, get a lawyer. He told her she need to be careful and get a lawyer. And all Dani told Sabrina is, oh, you got to be careful. No, she didn't say be careful. She said, he's been asking questions about you. He's asking all these questions. And she asked her, she stealing them white people's money and things like that, being silly. But she never really warned her. Just left it open, saying she'll try to find out more if she can. So what kind of friend is that? Because now look at what's about to happen. Now this next clip is going to show how it all began with Q and Maurice with the confession, so-called confession. But my question is, at what point was Q able to record anything? When Maurice came in, watch carefully, when Maurice came in, well, I don't show Maurice coming in, but he came in, Q had his back turned and was in the pots in the kitchen. You could hear them clinking. He turns around, offers Maurice something to eat. He had no idea Maurice would bring up the topic of robbing a bank. So when did Q have a chance to turn on a recorder to record anything? Just take a listen and watch.
Why would you rob a bank? Because you and Sabrina maybe do it. What? Go on and admit it. Y'all know y'all did that shit? Yes, sure. I was the mastermind behind you and your dumbass friends robbing the bank. That's right. How doesn't it feel good to confess? Oh my God, it feels great.
Okay, so now we have Logan and the FBI men storming into the bank like wild banshees.
The bank is closed.
She's talking about shutting down the bank operations in the middle of the freaking day. The bank is closed. How do we do that? How do you do that? Let's make it make sense, Tyler Perry. First of all, Logan needed to authenticate the tape recording from Q. That takes a minute. You have to authenticate that. And the way that Maurice answered those questions and said everything, Q would have had to cut and paste parts of it together to make it look and sound legit. And there is no way that thing sounded legit the way if Q just gave it the way it was presented. I mean, the way Maurice said it. Am I right about that or am I wrong? I mean, really. Then it usually takes a minute or two to put together a team at the last minute. He didn't know that Q was coming to him with anything, so that takes time, because planning is involved. How are we going to do this? How are we going to confront them? You don't just rush in, Then Logan needs to be speaking with some bank managers or somebody in charge of the bank operations before you can come in there and shut things down. Because if you remember, on various occasions, it was either Maurice or Sabrina closing up or locking up the bank. So is he going to arrest them and leave the bank unattended? I only saw one other person maybe behind the glass, if that's it. And that's a teller. Tellers can't lock up. I'm saying make it make sense. And then you got to think, any police officer with an ounce of common sense or listening skills can hear that the tape and hear that tape and tell that it wasn't a true confession. I mean, it's dripping. Dripping with sarcasm. Come on. It doesn't even sound right in the cursing he's doing and the certain things. He said he gonna get a 2-piece of D and a biscuit and all of this stuff. Come on. That's what I'm saying. Q would have had to cut that up some kind of way. Also, I have a question. What was Logan's purpose of going to see Dani at the airport? I mean, he's speaking with her alone, and then the next frame, the FBI team comes in, or do they come in first, and then he dismisses them so that he can talk to Dani alone? I mean, whichever way, either scenario, it really makes no sense. Is he going to arrest Dani as an accessory to the crime? Like, really? I mean, what is going on here? So we know that they're going to get arrested. They're definitely going to get arrested. But I don't think they're going to stay in there overnight. I don't think so. It's just this poor writing again with TP, whereas you having people like Zach get arrested for child support when you never knew about a baby and the DNA test was never taken. You know, what happened to the bank cameras? Aren't there cameras in the bank? Banks have cameras, and a lot of times some of them have volume as well. Not all the time, but sometimes. I mean, I've worked in several banks, and we should know already. It just makes no sense whatsoever how they are using a criminal to try to take down Sabrina and Maurice, who they see at the bank every day. And then also I was thinking, you know what, this is what Maurice gets for not pressing charges against Q when he stole Calvin's checks. You went through all of that, knocking him out, dragging him home, saying he was going to get him arrested, and then he didn't. Then you start feeling sorry for him. Then you get caught up in having sex with him. And then all of this, and all of the sarcasm and all of this stuff, letting him stay at your house. You knew it was wrong. Sabrina kept telling you, and now you dragged your friend down with you. And that's the jacked up part, that she had to get dragged down with you because you want to do what you want to do. Meanwhile, you're telling her, I know what I'm doing. I got this. I'm sure of this. And now look what's happening. And if anybody, I feel sorry for Sabrina. I don't care. Maurice needed to go through this. But it's unfortunate that Sabrina has to go through it. But like I said, I don't think these charges are going to stick for long. I think they'll be out in the same day. I don't know who Sabrina's going to call, but I'm still pissed at Dani and her dumb behind, because instead of her warning her to get a lawyer like he said she's going to need a lawyer, you're telling her about questions that he asked and being, brief and not telling her what she needs to know. She came the next day. So anyway, you guys let me know what you think. I mean, I need your opinion on these scenes that Tyler Perry has put together before us, So I'd like to read it, what you have to say, and know everybody's thought process. Because right now, I'm feeling like my intelligence is being insulted by TP. I really do. So I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And you know what? Hit the thumbs up button. Somebody asked me, what's the like button one day? I said, what is the like button? So do I have to change it to the thumbs up button so they would know? I don't know how many people have problems with that. But then I'm going to say, hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. And don't forget to subscribe. This your girl Barbie J saying peace.